Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tufftonyant here again, and if you are watching this, you probably know that I did a prediction video on how the AFC playoffs will pan out. If you haven't, I'll put a link of it at the end of this video. But since I pretty much talked about the AFC, let's talk about the NFC. There aren't many standouts in the NFC. The only thing good is that you have a lot of young quarterback cores, a lot of quarterback talent that's ready to make a name for themselves. Oh, God. It's hot. I don't have my AC on. I need to turn it on. But let's talk about the NFC East. In my opinion, the most embarrassing division of football last season. I always say they should make a highlight reel of the blunders of the NFC East, or how bad they played. And anyone knows, if you heard me talk about the Giants in the last video, I fucking detest them. The Giants are you can look up any list of the worst teams to win Super Bowls or the worst teams to play in Super Bowls. Any Giants team past the year 2000 will probably, even one that played in the 80s, will be on this list. I believe that Eli's a good quarterback, but he is nowhere near elite. The only thing is that with the whole season full of Dallas Cowboys blunders and a season full of the Philadelphia Eagles taking a piss, the Giants seem like the team to come out of that division. As everyone knows that because of NFL politics, the Giants had no fucking business being there. In the playoffs, they were met with lackluster defenses by both the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers, which should have stomped their asses in a fucking mud. But trust me, they had no fucking... If it wasn't for the fact that divisional leaders made the playoffs, ain't a single team in the NFC East that should have made the fucking playoffs last season. And trust me, anybody outside of New York will probably agree with me, as far as the Giants are concerned. So, let's talk about it. Of course, everyone would love to see the Redskins do something, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Who do I peg getting into the playoffs next season for the NFC East? I see the NFC East only having one representative. And keep in mind, I hate this team. I live in Philly, and I'm not a fan of any Philadelphia team, major Philadelphia team, outside of the Flyers. You don't catch me cheering for the Phillies or the Sixers. You are damn sure never see me cheering for the Eagles. The only event that will happen is if some divine intervention makes the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Eagles play in the Super Bowl. I'll be all green. I'll be going to the birds' dings. I hate the fucking Steelers more than any team in the fucking NFL. Of course, everyone's just waiting. Everyone knows that Michael Vick is not going to take 16 games. He's not going to take snaps in every single game. He's going to be injured. Then you have Mr. Nick Foles, I'm trying my damnedest not to say Mick Foley, who already in the preseason, the fucking Eagles fans are fucking overrating the shit out of him because it's not really saying much when you can beat down the second string of the Steelers, beat down a team like the Cleveland Browns, and beat the second and third and possibly fourth string of the New England Patriots. That's not really saying much. We'll see how he does when he handles the snap after Michael Vick gets injured in week 4 or week 5, when the Eagles are like 3-2 or even 2-3, and he has to keep us in contention. Speaking of which, I have an office pool going. What week will Michael Vick get injured? We have bets going through week 1 through 3, 4 through 6. No, it's 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and that's it. Anything past in week 10. Anything after that doesn't count because it's pretty much, the season will pretty much be already won or lost by that time, barred any injury or not. You know what team is going to go by week 8. See, that's the scheme of it. That's how the NFL gets your money in for ratings. How come every single team seems to make a push for the playoffs? No one's going to support a team that is just, no one's going to support a team where all is lost. So that's why so many teams stay in contention by the end of week 8. That's another way that they politically try to get your money. Eagles, even with Michael Vick's injuries, I don't see the Eagles. I don't see them getting more than 10 wins on the season. I think the Eagles, at a stretch, will probably go 10-6. That may be being a little bit too generous. Maybe they'll go 9-7. But if the Eagles go 10-6 or 9-7, the Giants aren't even going to. I believe the Giants are probably going to be a game below 500. They were a game above. They're going to be a game below. I believe. The Giants and the Redskins, I'm writing off. They're not. The Giants aren't going to do shit next season. They got They got a political Super Bowl that was rigged from the start last season. Fuck it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Patriots fan. I believe every time the Pittsburgh Steelers play in the playoffs on Heinz Field, it's worse than watching the Lakers play in the playoffs because there's so much biased fucking officiating. There's no way they're fucking losing in Heinz Field. Or did they do that last season? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to go bold. And I'm going to really do a really bold statement. You don't have to quote me on this. But I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will have the worst record in the NFC East. I believe the Dallas Cowboys, if they're lucky, will probably get 4 wins or 5 wins on the season. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles will be the only representative of the NFC East. Will they get a first round bye? No. They will be playing on Wild Card Weekend. NFC North is going to be probably the division that has the most representatives. You got the Bears, the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions. Already, Vikings cut off. The Vikings be lucky if they get 2 wins this season. Don't even entertain the fact that they'll do anything. Just write them off completely. The Packers played a lackluster playoff series last season against the Giants. Do I have the Packers winning the playoffs? Yes. Compared to the other teams that are playing in the NFC, I do have the Packers making the playoffs. Will they get a first round bye? No. They'll be playing Wild Card Weekend. The Lions will play awesome last year. That was the only time I think the Lions actually made the playoffs. That was like their first playoff appearance in franchise history, I think. I believe Detroit has a pretty decent chance. The Bears, they'll do okay. The Bears will do okay. So I have them in there. But I always narrow it down. Then you have the NFC South. The Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers. Right now, Buccaneers, right off. They're not doing a damn thing. The Saints, I believe, are running out of steam. Personally, true to the heart, I really do believe that the New Orleans Saints are running out of steam. Will they make a run for the playoffs? I believe that this division may only have 1 representative, and it's going to be a close one. I don't think that the Falcons and Matt Ryan will be able to do what they did last year. I don't believe that, compared to how dominant the NFC North is going to be, I really don't think I don't believe that not Arizona Cardinals. I don't believe the Atlanta Falcons will be making a playoff appearance this season. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. The Saints, now, they have Cam Newton as a quarterback. He done pretty good his first season. Over 4,000 passing yards, 14 touchdown passes. I mean, sure, it wasn't better than Drew Brees, but I think he has something to prove. And you may call me crazy, but of course, the Saints are another team that managed to get a political Super Bowl, and too bad you have to do it over the great name of Peyton Manning to do it. Speaking of which, how long has it been since the Colts, the Patriots, or the Steelers weren't in a championship? I mean, that's the only 3 teams in the AFC that make it to championships. But anyway, damn, I'm screaming so much my throat is sore. But anyway, I really think the Saints have a good season, but I think which will make and break these teams is the divisional play. If the Panthers manage to hold off the Saints, maybe they'll be able to do good. But you can take your pick. It's either going to be the Saints or the Panthers making it to the playoffs representing the NFC South. Then you go to the NFC West, which are only good for doing one thing: getting teams that bust their ass out of playoff contention. This is probably going to be the easiest one to explain. 49ers, plain and simple. The Rams aren't going to do shit. The Seahawks aren't going to do shit. And the Arizona Cardinals aren't going to do shit. The 49ers, and you got to love the bandwagon 49ers fans of last season. They're just as bad as those fucking bandwagon Heat fans. Oh, yeah. If you want to see me do a rant on, because I did it on bandwagon Eagles. I can also make a video on bandwagon Heat. If you want me to do that, put it in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. And of course, no one really comments on my stuff anyway, but hey, a guy has to get more views and more comments, get more subscribers. And, I need to... I'm not, like I said, I'm not in YouTube to make money. I'm here because this is what I like to do. If I can get a little bit of money off of it, oh well, so be it. I'll put it back into YouTube. But anyway, I get better equipment and shit of that nature. But anyway, the 49ers, plain and simple. The 49ers, plain and simple. So I have coming out of this the Eagles, the Packers, the Lions, the Bears, either whoever outlasts the Saints or the Panthers. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm really pulling for the Panthers. I just got that feeling. I've just got the feeling. I did a bold statement to say that the Cowboys will be dead last in the division. You don't have to quote me on this, but I think that the Panthers may just outlast the Saints and win the division. I really do think so. Who do I think is going to make the first round bye? The 49ers, plain and simple. The 49ers will be first round. I don't think that the Packers may be able to get a first round bye this season. The Bears, you know what? I really do think Detroit may end up with a first round bye. I really do believe that with Stafford as their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers is good, but he could be slightly overrated. I think he's slightly overrated. Besides, they're not hungry anymore. The Packers aren't hungry anymore because they taste that Super Bowl victory. And they're going to be lackluster, lackadaisical play. So I really do believe that Detroit may edge out and manage to get a first round bye. 49ers in Detroit. Like I said, you don't have to quote me on this. As far as wild cards, I believe not as far as wild cards, but I believe the Eagles will win their division, and Carolina or the Saints will win their division. You take the pick, but I'm kind of leaning towards Carolina because I think New Orleans is out of steam. So those going to be the two teams that wins the division. The Eagles will win the NFC East. Either the Saints or the Panthers will win the NFC South. The wild cards will be the Packers and the Bears. Will be the Packers and the Bears. Those will be your wild cards. But like I said, I'm not a sports analyst. I'm a sports conspiracy theorist. But anyway, those are my picks. And you can add in your 2 cents if you like. I'm going to do a video on the NHL season that's about to start soon. And I'm going to talk about all their politics and all their shit and all their controversies surrounding it. How expansion teams, when the old general manager is in power, even if there is an NHL season, because they're talking another fucking lockout. But anyway, this is Tufftonyant. I'm signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Well, I ain't going to say enjoy the rest of your Monday, because I may post these videos tomorrow on Tuesday. But anyway, I'm signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.